Good evening and salutations, my GH fans. My emotions is very, very, very mixed about this episode because, I've said this yesterday and I'm pretty sure I said this before. And I know I'm starting to sound like a broken record, but I'm putting all my blame, all my frustration, my annoyance, every time I watch these type of episodes, I put it all on Maurice Bernard. I don't really know much about him as a person. I've seen interviews, that's about it. Seems like he's a decent guy. I love his character. But watching this episode, it's like seeing the stupidity, the acidine decisions that he made, and he had the audacity to double down on, and I'm so trying so hard not to curse, this seeing Jason call Britt, coming over there, she's getting all excited, she's getting all ready, seeing him come over there and breaking up with her was kind of made my blood boil a little bit. Listen, I've never been with the whole shipping or people look cute or anything like that. That's not really my forte. That's more of Brock TV's DC Soap Sanctuary kind of forte. Watching that scene was so... Oh my God. I just... Listen, breaking up with someone is never easy. Letting them down, whatever you want to call it, it's never easy. It shouldn't be a skill set, okay? But with that being said, there's very few things that Jason can probably do wrong. Or a few things that he's not good at. But when I mean like he was bad at this was like he was trying to go for the Olympics. I mean, he gives very little explanation. All he basically says is, I'm marrying Carly. It's good for the family. It's the right thing to do. I'm sorry, what? That's really all you're gonna give me? We done went on a run. We had Whoopi, I guess. We did all this crazy fun adventures, and this is what you're giving me? This is my walking papers? This is my pink slip? This is the best you're gonna, are you... I know he is a man of few words, but Jesus Christ. When he said that, she was just like, okay, alright, well, you said it, so you can go now. I'm sorry, why are you still standing there for? And then he proceeds to walk towards the door. I'm like, okay, alright, I mean, this was, this is terrible. Then he closes the door, and I'm like, that's, I'm pretty sure that's not what she told you to do. I'm pretty sure she told you to vacate the room. But no, he closes the door, and then he's all like, Maurice. I know the producer has final say, but I mean, in this scene, it really looked like he doesn't. But then he just starts talking about how I'm gonna be there for you, regardless of if we're together or not. And then he plays the what if game. The game that he says that he doesn't really do, because it's not really his thing. I just don't know what to say. And then he plays the what if game, and she's like, no, we're not doing that. You can go. Like, as in, like, when I tell you to walk out that door, I mean, like, your body has to go through the other side, and the door needs to actually follow behind. Can we try that? And he leaves. Then on the other side of town, after the whole celebration and everything like that, first of all, Jax is sitting there talking to Michael like they still cool. And Michael's like, listen, we're putting on this show, dance, and pony act for Jocelyn. As far as me and you are concerned, I want no parts of you. You know, he was like, you fundamentally broke something. And the thing is, it didn't even need to be broken. Because eventually he was going to come to that conclusion. On his own timetable. You know, him and Willow. But since, you know, the whole blackmailing thing happened, he was like, yo, we're good. I want no parts of you. He walks off, and Jax just kind of sits like really, like, he's really shocked. Like, bro, this man literally threw away his family to sit there and be with Nina. Okay. Alright. So after that's all over, Jocelyn leaves. Carly is like, I have an announcement. Me and Jason are going to get married because we've been together, we've been through a lot of stuff, and Sonny would want it, and I really want your support. I really want your support. And she actually said, I really want your support. And then Bobby was like, yeah, sure, that sounds great. Yeah. And, you know, Mike was like, yeah, I would totally understand. I think Dad would understand. I'm sitting there thinking, so are you guys like drunk or high or like what is going on? Because I felt like it wasn't even them for a minute. I felt like I was watching like the invaders of the Body Snatchers or something. They just said, yeah, sure, we support you. I mean, Sonny's dead, and you're just gonna move over to his best friend, but yeah, that's in no shape, way, or form dishonoring, you know, Sonny at all. I feel, in a lot of ways, I feel like I'm watching a little bit of This Is Us. And I'm not sitting there trying to spoil it. And it's literally in the first season. For the life of me, I do not understand how, after Jack dies, you said, sure, let me go out with his best friend that's like a brother, Miguel. There's just certain lines you just don't cross. And as much as I love that show, that's always just been very... I don't understand that. My friends were sitting there making jokes because my friend watches it and he's like, he was playing a long game, but anyway, I just don't understand how they were just so ready to sit there and say, yeah, sure, we're good, you know. I don't understand that. But anyway, when they leave, Michael's like, yeah, no, I understand totally why you guys are doing this. And it's not just because of whatever crap that you were sitting there spilling out of your mouth. I know exactly why. So, that happened. Kevin is sitting there talking to Nicholas, who continues to act like a selfish dick. Okay? He's still sitting there saying that I'm going to sit there and find this person, and we're still going to be together, and I'm not going to sit there and let this thing stop us. And I'm like, bro, you can't be this dumb. And I know Nicholas comes across as a very smart and intelligent, well-mannered person. But I always feel like the smartest people can say and do some of the dumbest things. And every time he says that, every time he starts talking about he's going to fight for Ava, I'm just like, you're either an idiot, or you're just a selfish prick. Or you're both. I'm going to go with both. He's talking about that. He's also talking about trying to nab this person. And Kevin's like, I don't think that's a good idea. But, you know, he gets an alert. He goes to the gallery because he said he did some motion sensors and stuff like that, a triple, like triple arm or whatever. Meanwhile, you do have this person that's in there, which of course it is Spencer. I mean, it's the right height, it's the right age. The guy's smart. He has the money, the resources, and the motive. And besides the fact that he scared Ava by, in a lot of ways, threatening Avery, which is kind of crossing the line. Yeah, I totally would sit there and say it's Spencer. So he's walking around the gallery. Trina walks in there. So I don't know if she's going to bump into him or probably bump into Nicholas, because Nicholas went over there too. I guess we'll just find out. Meanwhile, on the other side of town, Scott, actually, to tell you the truth, Scott was there talking to Liesl, and Liesl kind of, more or less, invited herself to the party. Because she was there asking, like, yo, it's not going to be a problem, right? Like, it was some sort of test, like, if you don't want to be around your friends, it's going to be an issue. But she's like, yeah. He's like, yeah, so he invites her over there. And, before, Liz was there talking to someone, I think, Laura, and she was like, oh, well, he's inviting someone, and I wonder who it is. And then when Lisa walks to the door, she kind of has that look for a little bit, and then they talk, and then they're fine. But I'm just like, I'm pretty sure Franco would actually want want y'all to be somewhat civil to each other at the very least. Like she had that look on her face, like that judgy, bitchy look, to be honest. And I'm trying not to curse, but that's the look that she had on her face. Meanwhile, you got Trina and Cam sitting there talking. They're talking about Jocelyn, if they're still cool or whatever. And Jocelyn was sitting there talking to her dad. And, she was sitting there kind of brushing him off a little bit. Like, I don't know if I'm going to have a lot of time. And Jackson's like, listen, will you miss him? And Jocelyn's like, yeah. And it's like, well, then it's worth, still fighting to be friends and stuff. Now, this whole time, Jocelyn has been on this back and forth journey, where she says that she's friends with him 1 minute, and then she avoids him like the plague the next, and then they talk, and she's like, yeah, I don't know, but I'm sure we'll be fine. And in this episode, I think they finally came to some sort of conclusion. Maybe, unless Jocelyn decides to change her mind in the next couple of weeks. She does want to go in there, because even Cam's like, I don't know if she's going to make it, like if she wants to go. But she makes it, they talk, and they seem like they're in a better place, And Jocelyn's like, listen, no matter what I'm doing, whatever, we're still going to be good. We're all going to be good. And, so I guess they're good for now. What else? At the party, it seems like Portia's kind of giving Curtis a bit of the cold shoulder because of that thing, Stella, and her nosy ass that everything that was sitting there, that they were sitting there talking about, when she was sitting there talking to Curtis, she kind of talks to him for a little bit, then she kind of just makes like a quick exit, and Curtis just like, what's going on? And when Laura sits there and talks to him, like, yo, y'all good? Like, y'all got a lot of chemistry, sparks, all that good stuff. Like, what are you doing? What are you waiting for? And of course, I'm pretty sure she probably talked to Portia, because it was a whole big scene. So, but she was sitting there talking to Portia, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what they actually talked about. I really don't. I think the majority of the reason why I don't remember their conversation is because I was so pissed off at watching Jason attempt to try to break out with Britt that I was just like, and it just got me so angry. It really did, because it's like, Jason is my guy. Okay, I talk about this all the time on this channel, especially in this portion. And for those that probably forgot or new, Jason has been my guy for a good minute. I love this character so much that when I was in high school, I got like a bunch of black t-shirts just because I love the character so much. And seeing this episode and seeing how he was just floundering around and just seemed very inept at like what he was saying to her, And I get it. It's like a band that you gotta sit there and just say it, make a clean break, and just walk away. But the way he did it and the reasons why, and I can't just blame him. Of course, I gotta sit there and direct all my anger towards Maurice. I can't even pronounce my own damn name right. Maurice Bernard. So, yeah. And that's why I kind of forgot about the majority of the conversation between Laura and Portia. And to be honest, I don't think anything really important happened, but I could be wrong, so. And I think, and I'm not too sure, but I think the last scene was Nina sitting there talking to Ava, which looked like she was hungover because, you know, she had way too much to drink. But they get together, and, you know, Ava's talking about, oh yeah, you know, I'm supposed to be going to this party and everything like that. But then she goes in the gallery to the Metro Court, and I'm like, I thought you were going to Trina's party. You kept sitting there talking about how you weren't going to miss it, and yet you're just hanging out, just, you know, gal time with Nina. Okay, sure. Anyway, the fact that the reason why this conversation just kind of irked me between those two, well, for a couple of reasons. One, Ava's not to talk about why she broke it off with Nicholas, and Nicholas is just being a selfish POS. And two, you know, Nina's like, hey, you know, you can stay at my place, and, you know, yada, 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 we're good friends, and, you know, I'll help you out. And yet you are stabbing her in the back because you know damn well that Avery is missing her father, and you're just going to sit there and smile right in her face. Like, I know that they've come a long way, especially consider that Nina actually snatched Ava's baby the first time around. But, like, now you're keeping her... Avery's, you know, you're keeping her father... You're keeping her daughter away from her father, and you're smiling in her face, and it's like... Then she's sitting there talking about Mike, and how, you know, him coming to this town wouldn't be a good thing, and we wouldn't work out. It's like, no, you would just be in a heap of trouble, you know? You would literally be the town pariah for all the wrong reasons. Not like there's ever a right reason, but still. And that's the reason why. She's sitting there talking about, oh, I can't really bring him over here because we wouldn't work. No, you couldn't bring him over here because you're protecting your own ass. Let's just be honest. I gotta work on my ass getting a stand because for a while the tablet was like this, but whatever. Anyway, they have their conversation, and then nothing really comes of it, to be honest. I mean, all Avery was sitting there doing was talking about how she was scared for Avery, and she's doing this because she wants to protect her daughter, because, you know, Ryan and the other, you know. Which, by the way, you know, I know that a lot of people are probably upset that Kiki isn't there and Kiki got murdered and stuff like that, and maybe there could have been a better way of them handling Kiki's case. Because let's be honest, Kiki, after a while, became just completely irrelevant to the story. I mean, hell, it got so bad that, what was his name? Dylan. Once Dylan left, you know, Dylan left, and then, Monroe, I think he left, so she wasn't really dating anyone, and, I mean, she wasn't, you know, her future at the hospital wasn't too good after the whole, like, Me Too case and everything like that, so, like, her character just became really pointless on the show. So, you know, whenever she says that, you know, whenever Ava sits there and talk about Kiki's murder and stuff like that, it's like, yeah, but let's be honest, her character wasn't really serving anyone, so, like, she was kind of a pointless character after a while. Anyway, I think that's about it. Let me just double check something. I'm not gonna lie, I think that's about it. I'm pretty sure I probably missed some stuff, but if I did, please write it down in the comment section below. I always write my notes. Also, I knew I forgot to do something. I'll probably ask this question tomorrow. But for everyone who's watching this review of GH, do you also watch Days? Just kind of curious. If you do, please let me know in the comment section below. And if you don't watch Days, why? What other soap opera do you watch besides GH? I'm thinking about possibly doing Young and the Restless. I don't know, because, like, CBS is just... Well, they're not. I just after the whole copyright strike, I'm not too sure, but I'm really thinking about trying another soap opera. But I don't know. I don't honestly tell you the truth. I'm probably not, but I want to try anyway, or I want to sit there and try to do DC Sanctuary's format, which is doing a week recap of the stuff that's been going on in the episodes. You know, even if I did it for like B&B or like Y&R. But I don't know. I mean, I'm gonna be honest. It's some days when I get home between that and like work and stuff like that. By the time my reviews come out, it comes out really. It's been coming out really late. I've been trying to do them a lot earlier because like I just don't like putting them out so late. Also, the views is definitely showing that my reviews coming out late is definitely an issue. But then also sometimes, and just not to sit there and try to defend myself, but I do sit there and try to take a while to do my reviews because I want to make sure that they come out really good. So sometimes that's another reason why it does come out later than it should. But yeah, I am sitting there trying to work on it come out a little bit more earlier, Anyway, let me know what your thoughts are about the whole, like, do you watch Days? If you don't, why? Or what other soap operas do you watch? And how would you feel about, like, if I did another soap opera as far as a weekly recap? Because I feel like sometimes that would work better, But yeah, let me know what your thoughts are on all of that. And plus, this whole, like, this whole damn episode. And anyway, with that being said, I'm going to go. Thank you for watching. Be safe. See you in the next video.